Alright guys, it is Mark from That Gaming Show, Play TV, and two things I'd like to address. One, sorry for not uploading in fucking ages. I've moved house to cut a long story short, and also haven't had my Elgato for a period of time. Two, I'm going to be bringing you a lot of content, and I know I didn't say a 3, but there is a fucking 3. Please comment below what gameplay you'd like me to see, because this is only my 3rd game back on MW2. I've been playing a lot of FIFA, Grand Theft Auto. If you want to see some zombies, just say what you want to watch me play over while I commentate. But at the end of the day, the commentary isn't about the video isn't about gameplay; it's about the commentary. So I'm going to get into this story. There is 2 pieces of background information you need to know. The rest I will explain within the story. So the first piece of background information you need to know is the time this took place. It was a time a lot of people at college were having parties, so parties were a big thing at this period of time. And also you need to know two people in this. You need to know Bob, who threw the parties, and fuck, I just got gaming and killed on, but we'll go into the next game, no worries. Bob, who threw the parties, and Phil, who is the main character. Now the story is called The Cat Robbery. And yep, Phil robs a fucking cat. So Bob's parents worked away a lot. I believe his mum was a lorry driver and his dad worked on rigs or something, but that's besides the point. All you need to know is his parents worked away. Another thing is his parents and he used to go to this campsite. They used to have some form of motorhome or something. And wow, look at that star mods. That is fucked up. He's changing prestige level and colour of his name. Damn. But yeah, where was that? Yeah, his parents went away in motorhome a lot with Bob, and met up with this other family, and their son was in a relationship with one of Phil's exes, which triggered the robbery. So Bob's parents are working away, and he says, we haven't had a party in a while. Instead of you guys just sleeping over for the night, why don't I throw a party? So we dialed some guys' numbers, some mates, some girls, got them all over, got them all around, started throwing a party. And then Phil sees this guy with his ex-girlfriend, and he fucking flips. He was a bit tipsy at the time, so the alcohol had no good influence to what came next. So Phil has seen his ex-girlfriend with this new guy and flipped. He ran out of the house, and I thought, fuck, I'm gonna have to go after him. So I went after him and found him, and he was stroking this cat. And I said, right mate, come on, gotta come in. He had his bag with him, and I said, right, we gotta go get you sorted. Yes, hi, right, sick players. And I was like, right, we've got to get you back to Bob's, and we have to get you to bed. So he said, alright, and he was holding this cat. So I said, right, you go around the corner and just put the cat away. Just set him into the wild. Let him be free. And he said, alright, I'll do that. So he went and came back and said, yeah, he's gone. I don't know why I went fucking with him, but I didn't. And why I didn't go with him even, but I didn't go with him, if that made sense to you. Basically, I didn't go with him to put the cat back, because I just couldn't be fucking arsed. I wanted to go back to this party and fucking party. So we went back to Bob's, and I got Bob to give me the spare key to the key to the spare room, and I took Phil to bed. I tucked him up and read him a nice bedtime story. No, I didn't do that because that's gay as fuck. And let's throw a knife across the fucking map. And yeah, so gave Bob the key back, told him that Phil was sorted, he was in bed, and I took Phil's bag away from the room, because I thought if there's alcohol in it, we don't want to get him any more wound up. But that is just cutting the story short. A lot more went on in that, but I just want to get to the point of the robbery, because that is what I'll do. But I could probably make this into 3 or 4 stories. So yeah, Bob and I cleared everything up after the party. Everything was sick. We used to sleep in Bob's living room, so we went to Bob's living room and slept in there. And halfway through watching a film, meow, and I shit myself. Fucking Bob, what the fuck was that? What was what? He hadn't fucking heard it. I said, right, listen. Just turn the film off a sec and listen. Meow, another fucking meow. And Bob was like, right, I fucking heard it that time. I did hear that. And I was like, well, where the fuck's it coming from? He was like, it is definitely coming from Phil's bag. And I thought, what? And then I thought, wait, that cat, I didn't actually see him put it back. What if he's robbed this fucking cat? I thought, no, that's even for Phil's drunk standards, that is not in his criteria. Oh shit, we both killed each other. And Bob opened Phil's bag, and fucking hell, there was a bastard cat just sat there. It looked scared. It looked like it had shit itself. I'm not gonna lie, it could have passed any second, passed away. It was like so fucking traumatized. I hate cats, but I had to fucking sympathise with this one, especially after it had faced the wrath of Phil. So yeah, that was utter dog it. So took this cat out. It had a tag on it. So looked at the tag. Where did it come from? It comes from whatever address, and it's called fucking Tabitha. Who the fuck calls a cat Tabitha? And I said to Bob, right, do you know where this is? He was like, yeah, but the address seems familiar, but I can't put my finger on who lives there. I thought, well, if the address seems familiar, that could either be a good thing or a bad thing. It could be someone that we really dislike, and we've got to go and take their cat back to them, or we get away with it, and it's like, oh, thanks for returning. Because this cat must have been gone away for 5 or 6 hours, and I mean, cats do come back quite regularly, don't they? Like a few hours after they've gone out, they'll come back, or at least I think that's what happens. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So we said, right, we're gonna have to fucking go. So we got in Bob's car, completely legal, by the way. He was sober as fuck, and we were on run for a fucking nuke here, guys. But yeah, so sober as fuck, and we thought, fuck that up, didn't I? So we went to this house. Sorry about that bit of mumbling story time bit there. I was just concentrating on that, because if I got a nuke, that'd have been sick ass gameplay. Even for this time, even though nukes are well gone. But yeah, so we took this cat back and knocked on the door, and fuck me, it was Phil's family friend who is with. No, it was Bob's family friend who is with Phil's ex, and we thought, shit. And he was like, oh, thanks for returning Tabitha. Where the fuck did you find him? He's been gone for ages. Normally he comes back every few hours. My mum said while we were at yours, he hadn't been back, and she texted me. I didn't want to say anything at the party and get anyone worried over a cat, but it does mean a lot to me. I was like, well, yeah, Phil kind of found him and got attached to him and thought he'd bring him back for some milk or something. I fucking winged it. It sounded shit. And it fucking worked. He was like, oh, well, just let Phil know I'm grateful. With that, his girlfriend came. What did Phil do? And he was like, oh, Phil's returned our cat. And she was like, oh, well, oh, that's brilliant. So Phil sort of was off the hook. And then I said, yeah, see you later. And I didn't know this at the time, but the guy stopped Bob and said, what did Phil actually do? And Bob couldn't lie to a family friend, obviously, and said, Phil got a bit too drunk and took the cat, not knowing it was yours, and essentially, yeah, he stole it, and this guy was not fucking happy. So we went back to Bob's and we slept the night and woke up in the morning, explained to Phil what the fuck he'd done, how much shit he was in, and essentially robbed someone's cat. And he was a bit, oh well, I don't really like him anyway, and we said, yeah, well, that's the point, because it makes it even more like, it's like as if it's pathetic because he's with your ex. And Phil was like, well, shit, that does sound a bit bad. And we said, the best thing for you to do, Phil, is to go to his house and clear the air, apologise, maybe just have a bit of a laugh with him and make sure he knows it wasn't anything to do with him, it was just you were drunk, it was a random cat, and you thought at the time it was a funny and good idea to put it in your bag. So he said, yeah, I'll go do that. So we left him to it. I don't know why the fuck we didn't go with him, but about an hour later we thought, where the fuck's Phil? It should have only taken 10-20 minutes. And Phil comes back with a bloody nose and a starting to bruise eye, and he says he didn't take the apology very well. So I was a bit angry, so I went round and said, look, it was out of order, Phil shouldn't have done what he did, but he was under the influence, you just got to let it go, and it was nothing personal. But this guy was not having any of it. By this time, Phil was pretty enraged. He was calmed down from a little scrap with him, and he came, and this time he came with a fucking cricket bat and was threatening. And little did I know, he'd actually been drinking again. Even more fucking problems for us. But yeah, he'd been drinking, and I'm gonna get fucking game-winning kill yet. because I'm a noob. Yeah, fuck you, man. But yeah, we'll carry on to the next game as well. And yeah, so Phil was a bit aggressive towards this guy and had been drinking, and I thought, fuck. So I calmed him down, took him back to Bob's, and just said, look, you're acting a fucking twat. This time, there is no way of getting out of this. You're absolutely fucked. With that, this guy comes to Bob's door, bringing trouble to Bob's doorstep because of Phil, and has about, I'd say 6 or 7 mates who looked pretty buff in a no homo kind of way with him, and was threatening to come in and beat the living shit out of Phil. And Phil, being Phil, got up and said, essentially, come and get some. And I thought that is possibly the worst and gayest thing he could have said in the form of starting a fight. And to cut a long story short, after a few fists were thrown and a few punches were made, yeah, I left with a broken arm. Bob was possibly never gonna be friends with that guy again, and yeah, Phil was pretty fucked. So, all in the attempt of thinking it was a bit of a laugh when he was drunk to steal a cat, it didn't really work out as he had planned. So, if you like that story, guys, please leave the video a like. Everything with the cat situation is quite alright now. Look back, it's quite funny, to be honest. But yeah, everything. If you like that story, please leave a like, please subscribe. Expect another commentary tomorrow. Tomorrow's story, I think I'll do the car crash. The car crash one's quite a good one. So yeah, to see more gameplay, please subscribe. Let me know what gameplay you'd like to see. Thanks a lot, guys. It has been Mark from Play TV. Cheers, peace.